It's here from Popternative, speaking to Jaylan Evans about my life with the Walter Boys, which is streaming now worldwide on Netflix, in case you didn't know. Welcome to the show, man. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Technically, the show hasn't even been out for a full month, if you think about
Yeah, true.
it. And it's just been kind of nonstop. It's kind of hard to predict things, but I'm sure when you were on set at some point, there was something that kind of clicked where you really did feel like with the cast and the story that there was something special. But I don't think anyone could have predicted this specifically.
Yeah, I mean, on set, you're right. It was truly so special. It was magic. Immediately when I got there, I felt that this was something special. The cast, the crew, I mean, it was my first time in Canada. So I was like, why is everyone so nice? I was like, is that a Canadian thing or is this truly our set? And I think it was a mix of both. And of course, our cast was just so lovely and they've truly become a second family to me.
I find it very interesting, the small town community aspect of it, where everyone knows everyone specifically. How much does that impact you from an acting storyteller perspective? Because I feel like compared to other projects, your character might react certain ways because he knows everyone in the town. Like, I'm just wondering if that comes to play at all from an acting perspective.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think for me with Skylar in particular, Skylar is above that. You know, he's grounded, driven, ambitious. He wants to be valedictorian. He wants to leave his mark on this world. And, he has dreams and so much ambition that's above this small town. So getting to play that equilibrium of like, especially I think in like episode 7, Small Town Rumors, like everyone's like talking, and just thinking about to high school, rumors and gossip and drama. And of course, for him, his best friend is Grace. She loves that. She loves the talk of the town and she wants to be in it, not in a negative way, but
Yeah.
just high school girl life.
Grace
And
is like the voice of reason in a lot of ways too. Everyone goes to her for advice if you think about it. I want to see more of that in season 2, to be honest with
exactly.
you.
She needs to spill that tea in season 2, and I'm here for it. And I feel like Skylar, because Grace is his best friend, he knows that she loves that, and he'll entertain it for her. But you can really see it in season 1, just how he can be a bit guarded, especially
Yep.
romantically. I think he just, given the life he's had to live, marginalized and his intersectionality,
Yep.
and his walk through life and hearing it from his mom and his dad, I think that he just tries to stay out of it. And so finding that balance and playing that equilibrium was so cool and so much fun for Skylar.
100%. How much do you look into the source material prior to filming the show? Because I feel like it depends on the actor, depends on the project. Like, are you familiar with the books? When you book it, do you go back and read the Wattpad novel? Like, I'm just curious about that specifically.
Totally, yeah, of course. Dive into all the research that you can. Anything you can grasp is going to help you. So, of course, the text is where we start. I read the book. I will say Skylar wasn't in the book much. He was in the book, but not much. So that source of material wasn't as effective for me as maybe per se the love triangle.
Lets you play a little bit though, if you think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And, our scripts, I'll never forget when I got the audition, I could not stop turning the pages for the pilot. And like, I'm not even gassing, I'm not capping. It was something about the story, and it was so natural and grounded and effortless. And coming from a big family, I felt like it was my family. I grew up with like cheaper by the dozen in the household, chaos, kicks. I literally grew up with that. So reading the pilot for me was so it just felt like home. It felt like home for me being from Greensboro, North Carolina and having 4 siblings.
So that's interesting that you bring up the scripts because I find it so interesting. I'm a big fan of the craft. That's why a lot of my questions have to do with your mindsets and everything because you
Oh,
watch the
totally.
show that's, this show is like #1 in Netflix in over 30 countries instantly and everyone's watching it. I want to kind of dive into how this happened. You know what I mean? Like what went into this and everything. So for you, reading this, because reading scripts and then filming are like in a lot of ways are 2 different journeys if you think about it, right? Because there's going to be things. Did it feel like 2 separate journeys, or did the whole experience feel like one big journey from script to the screen specifically?
Maybe separate.
Yeah.
In TV and film, those scripts are changing all the time. We
Yeah.
were getting revisions left and right. We were getting revisions. morning of when you were called to set. And that's what's so cool about it. And that's what keeps it fresh and keeps me on my toes throughout the day. I will say, every time I read the script, the scenes that I shot ended up going differently than I expected.
Mhm.
Because there's a lot more that comes into play. You know, now I'm actually in the environment. I'm actually here with my co-stars, looking at them in the eyes. And of course, I'm listening, and that's going to affect my performance the most. So most of the time, I'd have a general consensus, you know, of what I want or need per se, and how I'm going to go about getting it. But I'd get to set, and I'm looking in Ellie's eyes, Nikki's eyes, Corey's eyes, and I'm like, this is stirring up something different in me, and that's okay. And I'm going to ride these impulses. And that's what made it so much fun. So
Jackie's life changes forever when she moves in with the Walter boys and everything. And although that didn't happen per se to Skyler, he's there when everything happens. What is that kind of mindset, emotionally wise, being there when something really life changing happens to a character that you're going to have a lot of scenes with? I'm just curious about that because it didn't really happen to your character, but your character's there seeing a lot of it happening, if you think about it.
yeah, totally. It's so cool. It's so much fun. And I feel like Skylar was Jackie's right-hand man, you know, and I loved that because it was so easy for me to connect to that. Luckily, I have so many wonderful, amazing, close friends. I really do. I love my circle. And I knew who Jackie was in my life. You know, I knew that that was Noelle or Liz or any of my friends that I grew
Oh,
up
some
middle
deep, some shout outs here. I like this. Some real life shout outs.
Yeah, totally, exactly. And I could pull from that, you know, in my real personal life. And it was so much fun to just see Jackie and Nikki grow over the summer. And it was a little discombobulated and out of order because we started with like 5 and 6 and we were jumping around. But yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. And I love Nikki. She's amazing.
Now, the question that ever that because I've interviewed a lot of your amazing cast, and I ask everyone this question, and I'm just curious what route you're gonna go. We got to know what team you're on, or if it changed or I mean, we got to. Like, that's the biggest question. It's such a big deal that Netflix put it in their bio on their Instagram.
True. I'll never forget. I woke up and I saw
Oh,
that and I was like, no way. They put this in their bio.
so when someone says like, "Oh, you're on a show," right? You're like, "Yeah, it's a pretty big show," and then like someone asks you, "Okay, Jay, like, how big is it?" That's your measurement, eh? It's so
True.
big that
You're right.
if you think about it, that's there's nothing else to say. Do you have a team? Have you switched teams? Are you Team Skyler? Because you can't do that. People have done that.
Honestly, I'm always Team Skylar. Like watching the show, I was like, Skylar has some riz. Like, and
Yeah.
my manager sent me a text like that. I don't think I realized how much like suaveness or just like, yeah, that smoothness that
Mhm.
Skylar was going to possess. I didn't intend to do that naturally. I swear I didn't. But watching it back, I was like, okay, like Skylar is a little cool. He's suave. So of course I'm Team Skylar. As far as the love triangle, I'm Team Jackie too. That's my bestie. I love her. But I think Skylar might be Team Cole. You know, he has that comment where he's like, I can't believe, you know, Cole is still down to be with you, Jackie, after what happened at the mountain party
Yeah.
house kickback thing. But I don't know. I mean, I'm team both of them. I think they both have great qualities. I will say I love Cole's passionate swimming in the deep end love.
Yeah.
I can speak for me as Jaylan. I love that way. I love big. I have a huge heart, you know. And I kind of admire that with Cole, like the irresistible passion and just tension that accumulates. I don't know. I feel like I'm that way. And so I feel like I can connect to Cole in that sense.
And I'm Team Cole for one of the main reasons, to be honest with you, because I want Alex and Kylie to get together. If I'm going to be honest with
Hello?
you, that's like
Right?
literally, and I feel like I was surprised because there's a lot of Team Alex like within your cast. Like asking your cast, there's a lot of people that are Team Alex, like a good
Uh-huh.
amount. And the people though that are Team Cole are Team Cole for what I just said because they want Alex because Alex is such a great
Right.
character. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like Team Cole for a Jackie, but you brought up a great point. Like Kylie, and Maya,
Maya
gosh, that's
Lowe, shout out to Maya Lowe, so good.
Shout out. Oh my gosh. Slayed the house down. She just really moved me with her performance. And it's so real. It's so relatable. We all know people that are going through what Kylie is going through, right? And it was just so captivating to watch. So yeah, shout out Maya. I love you, girl.
Absolutely. Um, how conscious are you of the audience member watching a show when you're making it? Or is that kind of like not come into play with you at all? That comes later after because you're so focused on the scenes. But sometimes you're like, ooh, maybe you're gonna be like, oh, it's something they're gonna really like this. Like I feel like that might happen. You know what I mean?
Maybe initially reading the scripts.
Mhm.
When you're on set and you're filming, at least speaking for me personally, I'm dropped in the moment.
Yeah, of course.
Everything's like gone out the window and we're just gonna see what
You don't
happens.
even remember what you ate before you went to set. You're probably just like, I'm there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then when you leave, I'm like, what did I just film? Like I blacked out.
I hear
What
that all the time. So I hear that all the time.
seriously, you leave set and I'm like, what choices did I make? Like, did we get it? Did we actually get it? Like, hold up, Walt. Like, did we get it? Like, are we good? But yeah, that's a really good point you bring up. I think there is a certain aspect of it, especially with TV and film, because you shoot out of order. So we always need to make sure we know where we are and we know what they know as an audience member so that everything just makes sense chronologically. So yeah, I would say it's yin and yang, right? We're dropped in and we're in the moment, but of course, you want to know where we are in the story and what the audience might be thinking and how much they know at this point. So there's always a balance, and we're constantly waltzing with that.
One last question before we wrap up. We don't know a lot. A lot is up in the air in terms of what's going to happen. We know season 2 of My Life with the Wild Boys is eventually happening on Netflix. My question to you is, beside, because of course, Team Skyler, I'm Team Skyler. We want to know more about Skyler. Are there any other characters that or like storylines that you're very interested in from even like a not even someone working on the show, like from a fan that you'd like to see more of for season 2, if there's a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, we have this new slate of fresh, young faces, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's so cool. That's one thing I love about our series. It's like kickstarting, in a sense, a lot of careers.
Mhm.
And I think the whole cast is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I want to see more from everyone. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Literally everyone?
There's
But
gonna be more
I,
love triangles. There's gonna be quad triangles. I have a feeling
right?
there's gonna be four. I have a feeling people are gonna like it's gonna be like new teams are gonna come in. I have a feel. Do you have that feeling too? I have that feeling.
Yes, heavy on the romance. And piggybacking off of that, I want to see more from these supportings. I
Yep.
think it was so captivating to watch Alicia and Connor's work as Aaron and Danny. Oh my God. I mean, it
Oh,
moved me to tears. Wow.
that is the storyline that I want to see more of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alicia
I,
was so captivating and so nuanced, and her Aaron was so colorful. Oh my gosh, her work in Five was extraordinary. I'd
yeah.
also like to see Alex and Kylie. I'd like to see Skylar and Nathan. What are they? Who are they? Let's dive into that world a little bit more. What's their relationship like? How's it going? Nathan with his epilepsy.
Yep.
There's so much. Even the younger kids, Parker, her scenes with Cole
Oh, the
uh,
football scenes, so good.
and yeah, Jordan. There's so many people in this world, and I'm so thrilled to just see how the multiverse, the Walter Boys multiverse, or our universe just keeps expanding.
Absolutely. I
So
love the passion you have for this project. It's so amazing because like I
always,
yeah, it's so good. And yeah, My Life with the Wild Boy season 1 is available now on Netflix in case they haven't. A lot of people that are watching this right now have watched already. But you know what they could do? They could just rewatch it, right? They could just go back and rewatch it. Add to those watch hours on Netflix.
exactly. Turn Walter Boys on. Go do your errands. Go do your groceries. Go to the gym. Come back. Restart it. Let's go.
Jaylan, so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Of course. Thank you. It was a pleasure. It
Yeah.
was so nice.
It was so nice meeting you too. Your Instagram is the best way for people to keep update with everything, right? Is it just your name?
Totally, yeah. At Jaylan Evans, I have a website. I think that's it. I have a TikTok, haven't posted in a while, and then
It's like
Twitter is like the
you're on TikTok, but you're on TikTok, but you're not on TikTok. Like I'm the same way.
yeah.
Like yeah, exactly. I feel
I'll
like a
post
lot of
again at
people are
some
like
point,
that.
but yeah. Listen, content creation is a full job
It
nowadays.
is.
That is a 9 to 5.
Yeah, I know that.
You're like, I know. I mean,
Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. You can, of course, catch Jaylan Evans as Skyler in My Life with the Walter Boy, streaming now worldwide on Netflix. You can go to our YouTube playlist with all of our My Life with the Walter Boys interviews on youtube.com/Popternative as well. Till next time, this is Jaylan and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.